And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing the level 70 Culinarian quest. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So we are here in Mordona at 22.5. And we need to talk to Ralph. So the quest is called The Way to a Father's Heart. Ralph is deep in thought, and this will give us stroke of genius. So you'll recall Uzun's words about Far Eastern cuisine, developed without outside influence. From the moment he uttered them, they've been tugging at my mind. I've given the claim much thought, and I find myself disinclined to agree. And the basis for this is the very first Far Eastern dish I ever had, which Anzu made for me. Sukiyaki it's called, and it's a hearty dish of meat and vegetables simmered in a shallow pot. The moment I tasted it, I was overcome with a sense of nostalgia. Like many Alamegans, I'm a war orphan. I left my homeland when I was little and remember nothing of my time there. Nothing at all, save for the taste of a certain hearty stew, and Anzu's sukiyaki was exactly like it. The similarity can't be a mere coincidence. Nay, there has to be a connection between Far Eastern and Alamegan cuisine. If I can just prove it, Anzu's father might be moved to reconsider our union. There's no guarantee, of course, but for my Anzu, it's worth a try. Now, as you can see, I'm an adventurer again, free to go whenever I want, wherever I want, and I intend to go to a village in the peaks called Aligiri. In the former times, it thrived as a trading hub with the East. There, I'm going to track down the stew of my memory and try to learn whether Alamigo might have shared a culinary history with the Far East. You've already journeyed to the other side of the world for me, and I can't rightly ask any more of you, but if you're still willing to help me, then please come to Aligiri. Cool. I mean, we can teleport right there, so it should be okay. So let's go. Teleport. Go. Okay, let's go. So you came, thank the gods. I thought the fiends in the area were fierce, but the people here might be even fiercer. But I'm ready to face them now that you're here. I can't thank you enough. Let's split up and ask the villagers about the stew. We'll meet again here when we're done. Okay. So I guess I'm asking them to... what's it called? To get maybe the recipe. So, stew, does it look like I know anything about sieving stews? I just eat whatever the hell's put in front of me. Yep. Sounds like me when I visit my family's house. So, I don't care much for stew, sorry. If you ask me, the only way to cook meat is to roast it to a crisp. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, where's the last one? There. So, meat and vegetables simmered in a shallow pot. What you describe sounds a lot like buckler stew, a traditional Alamegan dish. It was born when soldiers in the field took to using their bucklers in place of pots, cooking meat in them with wine and various seasonings. It was popular in the past, but under imperial rule, it became a rare indulgence. Interesting. Okay, so let's talk to Ralph again, and let's see what we need to do. So, I had no luck, Mithrie. No one I spoke with knew anything about my stew. So, buckler stew, yes, that was its name. Damn, but even your investigative skills are first rate. I'm happy to say, though, that my own inquiries weren't completely fruitless either. I managed to track down a fellow who versed in history. Let's go and ask him what he knows about trade between Alamigo and Doma. Okay. Let's go. Where is this person? There. The historian. So I do know some few things about our nation's history, owing to my time working at the Royal Palace. What is it that you wish to know? So, 'tis true, Alamigo traded with nations to the east prior to Imperial rule. But as far as I'm aware, this extended only as far as the near east, to Radzathan. So, there was no contact between us and Doma? None at all? No, even if it isn't direct, there has to be some sort of connection. For example, Radzathan could have been a waypoint for the dish. But I want to verify this. I'm going to have to go all the way over there. Perhaps you needn't go so far, for there's a Hannish fellow among us who came to Eorzea years ago. You could try asking him first. I saw him heading outside the village a short while ago. Elderly as he is, he can't have gone far. Thank you. Mithrie, let's go and look for this man. Okie dokie. Let's go do it. Okay, so he's not too far outside the town. He's literally just here. But we'll try and avoid the mobs, because as a crafter class, there's no way I can fight. Okay, where is he? Is that him? That's him there. So, there's no sign of him. Help, somebody. Oh, shite, he's in trouble. Okay, so let's go. It shouldn't be too far. Okay, there he is. So, still got it. What little I had at any rate. Would have been a stroll through the woods for you, but I can't let you do all the work. You've done more than your fair share already. Besides, I wanted to show that I'm not completely hopeless. So I owe you my life. I was so focused on my harvesting I didn't notice the Kakan coming. You look a marked pale, lad. Are you hurt? Just my bones and organs. I'm already on the mend, I assure you. More importantly, I take it that you're the gentleman who came from Radzathan. I'm sorry if it seems sudden, but while you were still there, did you ever hear about a dish called buckler stew? Hear about it? I love the stuff. Ever since traders brought it over from Alamigo, it's been an enduring favourite in my homeland. As a matter of fact, it's the reason I came to be here, though I won't bore you with the details. So it was introduced to Radzathan after all. Tell me, do you know if buckler stew also made its way to Doma? That it did. And it's a tale all know well. A Doman merchant journeyed to Radzathan to buy spices, you see, and chanced to sample the stew. It was love at first taste. So enamored was he of it, he decided to open a restaurant back at home and started buying up all the shallow pots he could find. Alas, those pots proved too heavy to take back, and he left them all at the pier and said that he'd make do with spades. Spades, you say? The name sukiyaki can be translated as spade grill, and it's said to come from the fact that you grill the meat on a spade. Ha! I knew there was a connection. Sukiyaki, so that's what they call it. Well, by whatever name it's known, all this talk has given me a fierce hunger for it. There's naught for it but to make some right now. You're going to make buckler stew? Would you mind teaching me the recipe and tell me more about its spread to the Far East? Aho, you indulge this old man with your company. Well, if you insist, who am I to argue? Come along then, and I'll tell you whatever you want to know. So I can take it from here, Mithrie. Leave the learning to me. I'll join you at Revenant's Toll when I'm done. Thanks again for all your help. Okie dokie. So now let's teleport back to Revenant's Toll. Once we get there, we will continue. Okay, so we're back. Let's talk to Ralph. So, Mithrie, perfect timing. I just returned myself, with the recipe for buckler stew freshly etched into my noggin. I begged Miss Rowena for the use of my old kitchen, and surprisingly she allowed it. 12 bless her. With that, I could set about making the buckler stew in order to win Anzu's father over. Here I have one last favor to ask of you, my friend. I need you to prepare a serving of Doman Sukiyaki. It is a relatively simple affair. You take meat and vegetables and simmer them in a broth of dashi and Far Eastern condiments. Though I needn't remind you that Far Eastern cuisine can be deceptive in its simplicity. Anyway, here's all the ingredients you need, and Pop-In has more set aside. Pop-In in case you don't get high quality. My future with Anzu and as a Culinarian both ride on our success. Please make me the best Doman Sukiyaki you can. Okay, so let me make the Doman Sukiyaki. So, Sukiyaki. There it is. Synthesize. And let's go. So I'm just using my 80 durability macro that served me throughout the entire expansion. We'll see if I can come up with better ones in Shadowbringers. Okay, let's go. Okay, easy peasy. Let's talk to Ralph. So, making the buckler stew is strangely comforting. The sight, the smell, even the sound, they take me back to bygone days. But to get back to the present day, how's the Doman Sukiyaki coming along? Okay. Originally introduced to Doma by Alamegan merchants, Sukiyaki is a popular dish that consists of thinly sliced meat and vegetables cooked in sweet and savory soy-based sauce. So, well, a mere waft is enough to tell me this sukiyaki is in a class of its own, and my buckler stew is ready as it will ever be. Come, let's serve them to Anzu and her father on the terrace. Is this a joke? In our culture, sukiyaki is shared only between family and dear friends. You are neither. If you think that this will win my favor, you are sadly mistaken. Oh, he's miserable, isn't he? Now, please allow me to explain. Mithrie made the sukiyaki, while I made a different type of stew. Different, I say, however. Ooh. I've come up with a new recipe. So what is this? It resembles sukiyaki, yet it appears not to be Far Eastern. That's because it's a traditional Alamegan stew. If it please you, please sample and compare it with the sukiyaki. An Alamegan stew, you say? I don't know what you are playing at, but the aroma is undeniably appetizing. Oh, very well. So by the kami, not only do they look alike, they also taste alike, but the ingredients, they are different, are they not? You're right, Father. There may be subtle differences, but no matter how you look at it, the stew is sukiyaki. What is the meaning of this? Did sukiyaki somehow find its way to Alamigo? No, Unzan-san is the opposite. It's the Alamigan dish buckler stew that found its way to the Far East and eventually became sukiyaki. Though Alamigo and Doma had no common history, they had a common trading partner in the Near East. Originating in my homeland, buckler stew first crossed the seas to Radzathan. From there, it crossed the seas once more to Doma, where it was recreated using local ingredients to become sukiyaki. It must be noted that this took place at a relatively recent period in Doma's long history. Up to that point, meat was predominantly grilled to harness their natural flavours, or minced and used in dumplings. While stews weren't uncommon, they were reserved mainly for seafood, but with sukiyaki's arrival, new possibilities blossomed for meat dishes. Father, you told me that Far Eastern cuisine owes its greatness to the fact that it developed free of outside influence, but it owes its greatness no less to what it adopted from our cultures. So why are you still standing there? Sit down and join us, ere the food gets cold. So, I don't know how I'll ever repay you, Mithrie. Thanks to you, I've managed to do the impossible and win over Unzan. He finally approves of me and Anzu, and we plan to be bonded at the earliest opportunity. I'm going to resume my post at the cafe, serving Far Eastern dishes, of course, and hang up my adventurer's hat for good. I suppose you'll continue both adventuring and cooking, and I don't doubt you'll keep on succeeding at both. But no matter how high you climb or how far you roam, know that you're always welcome here. Cool, so it's complete. So, in carving new paths into Far Eastern cuisine, you have learned Stroke of Genius. Finally, all crafting quests in the game at this point done, until at least Shadowbringers. So yeah. So anyway guys, if you like that video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You can watch a random video over there, you can watch the latest upload down there, or you can click down here to subscribe. Thank you guys, bye bye.